Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just thought I'd make a quick video about the upgrades that I've made to my Glock and the modifications that I've made to it. Since I've had it, most of the things that I've done to my Glock are because of the things that I've watched on YouTube. So I figured if anybody else is looking for any of these different mods or upgrades that I've made, this might be of some aid for them in their decision-making process, like it was for me. So I'm going to go over a few things really quick. It's not going to be a long video, or I hope not. And I also have some things that I'm not sure if anybody else knows that I have never seen on YouTube that I'm going to share with you guys. So first, as you guys can tell, it's the Glock 23 OD. The OD has been discontinued. Everybody knows that for the most part. It was really hard for me. I mean, it's February of 2011, and I just got this thing about 2 months ago in early December, and it was like pulling teeth. I called over 200 gun shops in North Georgia, and all of which did not have any ODs. I ended up having to contact Glock in Smyrna, where they are assembled and somewhat manufactured and distributed. And they said they didn't have any more. They can't sell to independent buyers. They have to be police agencies or federal agencies. So they still make the ODs, they just do not sell to the direct public or general public anymore, or so I hear. So long story short, I had to find a distributor, and I found them just in time. They had 2 or 5 left, and I snagged one. I was lucky. By now they have got to be harder than hell to find. So if you're looking for that, the most frequent thing I was told is eBay, or find someone who's wanting to sell theirs. So anyways, that's the OD story. As you guys can tell, I Crayola'd my Glock white. Looks good, it pops. I've watched 3 or 4 videos, watched dudes color their Glocks. It makes sense, the way that they did it. All it does is the crayon, the wax, fills the gaps in the slide and in the magazine. But it's just different. It looks different. I like it. It looks good. A lot of guys say that after 500 rounds it melts, the wax. Some guys say it doesn't. So crayons cost me like $1, so if it melts down, then oh well, I got $1. Doesn't break the bank. Let's see. Oh yeah, whenever you guys are doing it, if this is something you guys want to do, just run the crayon over the entire indentions, in the slide and in your mag, and then once you're done, you're going to take like a little credit card and scrape the excess off, and then when you're done with that, you'll take like a little microfiber towel and just kind of wrap it around your finger and go over it like that and just polish it all back out. And you do the same thing for your mags as well. Alright, let's see what's next. The C5, the Veridian C5. Alright, as you guys can see, I'm not going to clear it, it's going to take too much time. The trigger's to the rear. If the pin's forward, if something was in it, it would have already went off. So, the Veridian C5, the C5L, in one of my first videos, you guys did see, if you guys watched it, the company sent me the wrong one. I ordered the C5L, they sent me the C5, so that was obviously missing the tack light. So this is the C5L, considerably smaller than most of your weapon and tack lights and lasers that's out there. This is so easy and simple to actually conceal and carry. If you guys can see that its width does not exceed slightly past the frame. It's very, very, very tiny, compared to the Glock's weapon light, or the TLR or TLR2 series weapon or laser light systems that are actually wider, as well as will drop below the trigger guard. But Veridian has found this little guy that is very they made it an extremely tight little unit. It runs off 123A batteries, I think. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so I'm not going to go through the different systems, but you guys can take a look at what's out there and what the Veridian C5L has to offer. Let's see, moving on. I do have the Decal Grip that Glock puts out. This stuff was $9-10. It's, to me, it's better than sandpaper and the skateboard tape that's out there. Glock Decal Grip also comes in, you know, the skateboard tape, as well as some of the Talon. I think it's Talon. It's got a T right there. I think that's Talon. I'm not sure. Whoever makes that, I'm not, you know, I think that would make, it would actually put more grip. It would support a much easier grip in your hand versus actually this. But that stuff's way too abrasive against my skin or against you know, shirts and stuff like that if you were to conceal it. So this is just enough, but you know, not too much. It comes with 4 pieces that that apply on both sides. You can't see on this side, obviously. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th piece went right here, but I did not put that on. That's for guys that I guess like to charge their weapon from the front. If you tried to holster those things and etc., the slide would probably get stuck going in the holster. So I didn't cover that. I always charge from here. And if anybody's ever been curious or wondered, this stuff is really sticky. I mean, Glock makes it for their slides and for their polymer frames. I've pulled this guy maybe 100, 200 times. I've racked this weapon with these pieces back here, and it has not moved. It doesn't slide off. It doesn't budge. It doesn't wear down after a while. It's a good purchase. It's definitely a considerable upgrade. You know, especially because these things aren't too deep. So it made it easier. I'm not a pussy, but it just makes it easier to charge the weapon. So again, you can pick that up for like $9 or $10 from, you know, your gun shop or anything like that. You guys can tell I have the slide release, the extended slide release, and the extended mag release. A quick story. I'm not going to go too far into it, but I've never seen anybody do this or say this on YouTube. But you guys can get this stuff for free. I don't know if you knew that. You can also get your Glock worked on for free. If one of your springs in your trigger or your reset or anything inside your Glock ever goes down, the buffer spring, whatever, you can take your Glock to the Glock manufacturing company, their headquarters in Smyrna, Georgia, and you take it in there and you tell the people you want them to get it worked on. You're here to have your Glock worked on, and they will do a complete overhaul of your pistol for free. This stuff is like, you know, $10, $9. I got it for free. You walk in there, they ask you, what do you want? You say, I want the extended mag release and the extended mag release and slide release. 20 minutes, the guy comes back out with your Glock, hands you the old pieces, and he hands you yours, and you go home. So, if anybody didn't know that, it's a nice thing if you can afford to make the drive to Atlanta if you're in the area. Obviously, would not be practical from California for that crap, but anyways, for those of you that didn't know that, it's a sweet deal. Let's see what else. Really quick, the plug. I picked this up. I got this before I knew that Glock would actually put this on my weapon for free. I bought this for like, I don't know, $8. It's just the plug, whereas Glock says the hole is there for drainage as well as for if your mag is ever caught and when you try to release it, it doesn't release. You can get your thumb in there and drop it out. But yeah. So I got the plug, and last but not least is ammo. This is the Winchester Ranger SXT Talons that replaced the black Talons. They were outlawed. The black Talons were outlawed in the 80s and 90s. These were, so to speak, an exact replica of those. They produce the same reaction upon expanding within denim, gelatin, than the black Talons did. So if you guys don't know anything about the Winchester Talons, Ranger Talons, then I suggest read up on them. It's definitely a good round, and in my opinion, it is the most lethal that's on the market right now. So that's my Glock. I just, in the past year that I've upgraded and done things to my Glock, I've learned going over everything from actually the C5L to the Crayola to Decal Grip. YouTube and the guys out there that are doing the exact same thing that I'm doing now taught me this. So it's a good deal. and